Right now, in West Virginia, races winding through the Appalachian Mountains in the final fight to be America's choice. Voters get the last word in the election of a lifetime. The people are choosing, the world is watching, and anything is possible until the last vote.
Hey everybody, I'm Paula Swearengin. I'm really excited to be running for U.S. Senate for West Virginia.
I'm a proud Appalachian woman. I'm a single mom. I've been fighting for years, and I'm sick and tired of having to beg for basic human rights. We are divided in West Virginia because we live under a singular industry economy, and our leaders are not looking to develop any kind of economic development there, and they're not looking to get rid of the pollution. The Industrial Revolution was built on the backs of coal miners. I come from a long line of coal miners. My grandpa spent 45 years in coal mines, and I watched him suffocate to death. Buried my daddy at 54 years old. I've seen my uncle suffocate with black lung, and I've seen my stepdad suffer with heart disease and black lung. We're oppressed in West Virginia. Our leadership is not people serving, they're corporate serving. Joe Manchin is not a Democrat. I don't even think he's a Republican. I think he's a coal industry servant. And our leaders are not taking care of us. That's not more than just Joe Manchin. Shelley Moore Capito, Evan Jenkins. One of the biggest polluting coal barons in West Virginia now is my Democratic governor. And I want America to understand that people are starving in West Virginia. The market is down with coal. We don't have nothing else. I've lived the progression and regression of coal. I went through that coal worship of being proud to be a coal miner's daughter. So I had to taste those tears of bury my family members. I'm not a friend of coal anymore. Our leaders are not friends of coal miners. They're friends of coal barons. And how dare them bid a coal miner's daughter against the current workforce? I'm ready to stand up as an ordinary person. This is probably one of the scariest things that I ever did, but our leadership has proven to us that they are more than qualified to make decisions for West Virginians. And West Virginia is rising up, and we're going to invest in ourselves. Trillions of dollars have went out of our state for coal, and we have not seen any of that kickback in our communities. You have seen all over the country what's happened with Flint, Standing Rock, and West Virginia. The media will give us a spotlight, but then people will forget about us. I refuse for my children to inherit their legacy of being buried miles deep in a coal mine and them having silica dust in their lungs right now. Silicosis should not be a concern for our children and their lungs. And coal miners deserve clean water. And the people in the northern panhandle of West Virginia don't deserve fracking as their only basic economy. We can have green technology in West Virginia. We can have windmills and solar panels, and we can manufacture them. And mountaintop removal sites, they're not fit for a rattlesnake. But one thing that can grow on mountaintop removal sites is hemp. We are going to invest in ourselves after years and years of that cultural genocide. We've laid that platform for America that we have been collateral damage, but that ain't going to happen no more. People need to look at us now because we are setting an example. I'm primary in Joe Manchin. We are taking our government back. By the people, for the people. I am not worshiping that black rock. I will serve my people. We settled there before the coal industry did. It is genocide, it is murder, and we are not going away.
So guess what? This guy, Joe Manchin, he's the Democratic senator from West Virginia. He's a Democrat. He's in the leadership of the Democratic Party. He supported pulling out of the Paris climate change deal. He voted for all of Trump's cabinet picks. He's against everything progressive. He's a Democrat in name only. He's more conservative than a lot of Republicans. But for some reason, the Democrats want him, even though he votes against them. On a call with constituents earlier this year, he said this to them. Manchin invites primary challenge from Sanders supporters because people were concerned that he wasn't representing them. He said, what you ought to do is vote me out. Vote me out. I'm not changing. Find someone else who can beat me and vote me out. An activist responded to that remark by asking if it was an invitation or a threat. Sure, it's an invitation. After a brief exchange, the person admitted to standing with the West Virginians who voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary in all 55 counties where he won. Bernie won that state by 15 percentage points. And when people came to Joe Manchin to say, hey man, turns out we're pretty progressive here, we just voted 15 percentage points ahead for Bernie, so why don't you start representing us? He said, go pound sand, try to find somebody to vote me out. So they did. Paula Jean Swearengin. So she is primarying him. So we are. The Justice Democrats are primarying him. Hey, tough talk Joe Manchin, you ain't changing? What are you doing? I'm signing a pledge to campaign against any sitting colleague. I think it's time for all senators to make this pledge. I pledged not to campaign against a sitting colleague. And you know what that says? That says I pledge to put my colleagues above the voters. Because even if I see a colleague who's screwing over the voters, I'm gonna stay with my colleague. That's what that says. Hey, it's one big club, and they're not in it. He's fucking saying it! With no center, no integrity, and no character. You shit on your own constituents? Is that something that your constituents asked you to do? Do you think citizens care about that? You're supposed to stand up to your colleagues if your colleagues aren't representing the people. But that just shows you who Joe Manchin is. He doesn't give a shit about the people. He cares about power. It turns out Joe Manchin is a glass-jawed corporate tool.